Beijing has warned Papua New Guinea against signing a defence treaty with Australia. A spokesperson for the Chinese embassy in Papua New Guinea stated any partnership agreement should not be exclusive in nature. The embassy also believes PNG must refrain from targeting any third party from undermining its legitimate rights and interests. Prime Minister Albanese departed Port Moresby empty-handed after a proposed security deal fell through at the 11th hour.
The Prime Minister's landmark defence deal with Papua New Guinea seems to have hit a last-minute snag.
To discuss, the PM joins us live now from Port Moresby. Prime Minister, good to see you.
G'day,
So
PM.
do we have a deal or not?
Good morning. We certainly do, and PNG, of course, as a sovereign nation, are just going through their processes, and that's appropriate. Today is a massive celebration here, 50 years since the Australian flag was lowered and the flag of Papua New Guinea raised. So that's very significant. In a lot of places, of course, flags are torn down when you have the birth of a new country. This was a peaceful transition, and ever since then, of course, before then, during and after, Australia and Papua New Guinea are the best of friends.
To confirm, PM, the deal is done though, right? Because there were concerns over sovereignty, or is China, is that playing a role here like it did in Vanuatu, or you're absolutely confident this deal is going to get done?
Yeah, it will get done. It has the very strong support of the government.
Reports. Prime Minister of Australia, Mr. Gorton, is coming to rebel. The troublemaker is cause bloodshed to my people in rebel. I'm going to let my people meet this man. Not at all.
Oscar Tamua, the firebrand member for Kokopo in the Papua New Guinea House of Assembly. Oscar Tamua is patron of the Montongan Association, a fiercely nationalistic movement in the Tolai tribe of North New Britain.
Papua New Guinea being like a football ground for the Liberal Party of Australia. That's no good. It's about time the wishes and the ideas of my people followed.
Camp spoke of the need for change.
I think it's a clear message that enough of slogans, enough of rhetoric, enough of lip service.
He claims James Marape's decisions is what has led the country into a state of recession. O'Neill believes Marape has mismanaged the economy, something those now surrounding O'Neill in opposition blamed him of doing when he was Prime Minister.
No one in their right mind shuts down an operating gold mine when the prices are at the top of its peak, at $2,000 per ounce, I believe, in terms of gold. Nobody in their right mind. Of course, you can have tough negotiations, but that is mishandling, that's inexperience.
Prime Minister James Marape in a news conference yesterday when questioned for being incompetent in office.
He spent 8 years with me as one of my senior ministers. I thought he learned. But obviously he's been sleeping on the job. We've been given 10 years between us to manage our country. I think they've seen enough of us for the time being. It's time to go. I ask this important question. What will a government do in just 12 months before 2022? What will a government do? The question the country should be asking and holding these leaders accountable.
Bradley Valenaki, National MTV News.
Here's the thing I want to make clear to the people of Papua New Guinea. James Marape, he has no original idea of his own. Now he's using national reset. Where did he get those words from? He got it from me. Ilugima. I'm using this law, Tok take back PNG. He got that from Gary Jufa. You know, sadly, the man has no original ideas on how to solve the country's problems. I mean, does he even know what take back PNG means? Does he even know what hard reset means? I know. Hard reset means taking the...
There's a lot more people, white-collar criminals out there, waiting to be investigated and effectively prosecuted. So what is the police doing? What is the police commissioner doing? I've made this call many times. Police commissioner, wake up, do your job. Emino Pokemon Plavo, Sindown is that the white collar people in this country, politicians plus the bureaucrats, all putting roadblocks is that. My question is, talk to me, one of law talk you can create an SIB as a roadblock, show it to me. As far as I'm concerned, every single police constable on the street has the power of arrest. Why are they handcuffed from the police commissioner's office, from performing? And now we see that SIB is set up to look at, analyze any criminal investigations against VIPs. There is no similar organization set up for common people. Yes. I think the police commissioner and his senior officers who are involved in creating and sustaining the operation of the SIB are effectively perverting the course of justice. They are perverting the course of justice. They are committing a crime by creating that organization and stopping every reasonable investigation into a crime from progressing. Now, they might say otherwise. They might say, we're still looking. But does it have to take 5 years to investigate a simple crime? 5 years? So it's either a perversion of justice or interfering with the due process of the law. Describe it whichever way you are. No wonder we are not seeing any white-collar criminals prosecuted, and therefore those guys acting in collaboration themselves are committing both a disciplinary offense and a criminal offense, and one day the people will remember to ask them to account for it. One day it will happen, it will come, and we will be patient enough to wait for that day. And this is a warning to all of those in the police force.
This having block, now we can start now, maybe. Every block this last as well, maybe. What we song, people are asking to walk. But this last, now we can start blocking. National highway, all Taliban now service now. All work looking bloody man, maybe can, all last one workman, maybe can for now.
I hope our corrupt politicians in Papua New Guinea, they're seeing what's happening in Nepal right now and they get the act straight, because that could be them. That could be them. There was just recent breaking news that came out of Nepal that Prime Minister of Nepal, former Prime Minister, since he stepped down because of the protest. All party men front the man blame gon all kill him. And all party Prime Minister of Nepal too. Even the Finance Minister all chasing him going to Lawara, close to negative mem or party mem too. Almost House Minister all cook him, even the Parliament all cook him. Why are they doing this? Youths against corruption. Okay, what was a protest? Young generation, they took to the streets to march against corruption happening in their country because unemployment is rising. Unemployment is rising, right? Poverty is going high. But all politicians, all family people, they don't seem affected by this. They're still going on these lavish holidays, posting designers. Same case in PNG. Poverty, going high. Unemployment, going high. Inflation. But the politicians, they don't see affected by it. All still selling will come down to school in Australia. Buying new car, buying V8. They don't seem affected by it. Because they keep mismanaging taxpayer funds. They keep mismanaging money. Which is why I find it funny. Right? That recent holdup that happened in Lane. Apparently it was still 500 kina. And they were chased by, I think, 4 police cars.
James Marape will go down in the history books of Papua New Guinea as one of the worst prime ministers Papua New Guinea has ever produced. Our leaders, in particular the prime minister, must learn from successful world leaders like that of Burkina Faso. And he must be prepared to rule this country with iron fist. Regarding the chair of the prime minister to be elected by the people, so that whoever becomes the prime minister will not be accountable to the members of the parliament like what they are doing, but they will then be accountable to the people of this country. Well, you cannot be continuously doing the same thing time and again expecting the results to be different. For our country to progress and prosper, for our country to see change